With your practice, do you feel that any of it translates into the dating life of the people you work with?
The people I work with, absolutely, because one of my biggest passions and something I'm really, really trying to educate people on is
Yeah.
the aspect of conscious parenting. How
Mm.
you or parent has a reflection now on how you are potentially parenting or how you are in a relationship. So even if your parent died, for example, you still have a relationship with that parent. It's a lack of relationship,
Sure.
but there is still a relationship there. There is potentially a void,
Yeah.
and then you can go on to trying to fill that void in your relationships.
Yeah.
So, yes, everything I do with my clients, I try and highlight, or I will definitely bring to the conversation what their relationship was with their mother, what their relationship was with their father, and what the relationship of the parents together was. Because
Yeah.
somewhere within that dynamic, somewhere within those dynamics, sorry, you are going to find potentially how you are translating your relationship to someone.
I completely agree. It's funny because, if you've grown up with your parents and whatever kind of relationship you have with them, sometimes I think even sometimes, I don't know if it's the better relationship you have, the more you find this, or the worse. I think if you have any kind of relationship with them, but as you become an adult into the world, you realize you're more like your parents than you realize.
You are. And like
You're
it
like, oh my
like
gosh, that's so
why
my
would
dad
you
and my
not
mum.
be?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
it's
it's not
true.
just genetics. You don't just look like them. You have all
Yes,
of their genetic traits, and the
yeah.
environment that your parents provided for you
Mm.
is going to be potentially most likely, well, you go either way, right? So like if your mom is like super super messy, you will either
Yes.
be really messy or you will be super
Super
neat
clean.
freak, it
Yeah,
depends.
very true.
um but yeah, so
What would be something you would want to ask? Um, I would say all men. M- Yeah, what's something you'd like to ask all men? What's something would you ask all men?
men,
Yeah,
women,
men,
men.
and then we can go for women.
Hmm. It's just such a broad question.
Yeah.
What would I want to ask men? Potentially, what healed you or what hurt you? Those are things that I find interesting.
Mm.
Again, I don't really do small talk, and maybe that is a good thing, and maybe I can do small talk if I need to,
I
but
get that.
I don't really do small talk. And if I were to meet someone, the small talk is going to be a very small portion of that date or that conversation. I do
I hear that.
genuinely want to know, like, what makes you tick, what hurt you, what healed
Mm.
you. That's what I would ask.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Do you think we've all been hurt in some way?
Yeah, I would. I'd love to meet someone who says I've never been hurt. I would really challenge them. I'd be like, what kind of experiment do you come from?
Yeah, literally.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah, we've all been hurt,
Yeah.
and a lot of times our parents hurt us unintentionally because
Mm.
they're hurt too.
Yeah.
Another thing you realize as you grow older is that your parents didn't have it figured out either.
Mm.
Like, I just I was very judgmental of my mother when I was young because she was an alcoholic and, she had troubles with men.
Mm.
Um, I just didn't understand it. But I grew up, going to an international school with many privileged children who came from sort of white picket fence families.
Yes.
Um, so I guess it was within my environment to think that that was normal and that my mother was not. But now in hindsight, I've grown to love my mother so much and completely understand that she was always her authentic self. And I
Mm.
really thank her for that because now it gives me the courage to authentically be myself.
100%.
You know,
You don't have to share this if you don't want to, but how would you say maybe seeing how your mom was with men? How would you say that impacted how you dated when you were younger, if it did at all?
hmm. The thing is, I saw my mother heartbroken and I saw her hopelessly devoted to men that she shouldn't have been.
Mm.
And I definitely have followed in that path.
Okay.
However, at the core, she's still authentically herself, and I don't think she regrets any of it. And neither do I.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother is a poet, an actress, a director, and all of her pain has been transformed into art.
Yeah.
And that's inspiring and amazing, I think.
I mean, I resonate with that. You know. Pow.